She loved him when he had nothing, and he left her when he finally had everything. Stay with me, because this story will break you before it builds you back up. Adaise was 17 years old when she first saw Emeka sitting under the old mango tree at the edge of the village. He had nothing, no land, no cattle, no family name that carried weight. His father had died owing debts. His mother washed other people's clothes to survive, and Emeka carried firewood on his back from the forest every morning just so they could eat. But Adaise did not see poverty when she looked at him. She saw fire. She saw a man who woke before the sun, a man whose hands never stopped moving, a man who dreamed louder than his circumstances allowed. And she loved him. Not the idea of him, not the potential of him. She loved him, the real him. Her father said no. That boy has nothing. He will give you nothing. You will die with nothing beside him. But Adaise went to her father and said, Papa, a man who works this hard in poverty will move mountains when opportunity comes. I am not marrying his pocket. I am marrying his character. Her father shook his head. Her aunties wondered. The village women pitied her. But Adaise packed a small box and moved into Emeka's mother's 2-room house. And she never complained. If this story is already touching your heart, follow this channel right now. We tell African stories that will move your soul, teach your spirit, and change how you see life. Now let us continue. Not when they ate 1 meal a day. Not when the roof leaked in the rainy season. Not when her old friends passed in nice clothes and looked at her with pity. She planted a small garden behind the house and sold vegetables at the market every morning before sunrise. Every kobo she made, she gave to Emeka. For your dream, she always said, for our future. She mended clothes at night by the light of a kerosene lamp until her fingers ached and her eyes burned. She carried water from the well before dawn so Emeka could wash and go look for work. She went angry and told him she had already eaten. She cried only at the river, where nobody could hear her, then came home with a smile on her face, because she believed in him when he could not believe in himself. Year 1 was hard. Year 2 was harder. Year 3 almost broke them both. Emeka sat one evening with his head in his hands and said, Adaise, maybe your father was right. Maybe I am nothing. And she sat beside him, took his rough, tired hands in hers, looked straight into his broken eyes and said, the same fire that is burning you right now is the same fire that is forging you. You are not failing, Emeka. You are becoming. He wept that night for the first time since his father died, and she held him all night, without a single word. In year 4, a man from the city visited the village looking for a young, hard-working man to manage a new trading business. Someone pointed to Emeka. Emeka got the job. Within 2 years, he had saved enough to start his own business. Within 5 years, his name was known in 3 states. Within 7 years, Emeka was wealthy. Not just comfortable, wealthy. And something changed. Slowly at first. So slowly that Adaise almost missed it. He started coming home later. He started taking phone calls outside and lowering his voice. He started buying new clothes that she did not pick. He started looking at her, the woman who starved for him, like she was something he had outgrown. She told herself it was the stress of business. She cooked his favorite meals. She ironed his expensive shirts. She prayed for him every morning and every night. She told herself, this is just a season. My Emeka is still in there. Then one Sunday morning, he sat across from her at the table and said, Adaise, I want a divorce. The words did not come with anger. They did not come with tears. They came quietly, like he had rehearsed them many times. She looked at him for a long time. And then she asked only one question. Emeka, did I ever make you feel unloved? He said nothing. Did I ever leave your side when it would have been easier to go? Silence. Did I ever let you fall without trying to catch you fast? He looked away, and she nodded slowly, stood up, straightened her wrapper, picked up a Bible from the table, and she said, I did not love you for what you had. I loved you for who you were. And if who you are now is a man who can sit across from the woman who starved for him and ask for a divorce, then I have already lost you long before today. She walked out of that house with her small box, the same small box she came with. The village erupted. Some cursed Emeka. Some said Adais should fight. Some said she should beg. But Adais went back to her father's house, held her head high, and started again. She took the small piece of land her mother left her, farmed it quietly, expanded it slowly, built a small provision store, then a bigger one, then hired 2 girls from the village. She did not chase bitterness. She did not chase Emeka. She chased purpose. 3 years later, Emeka's new woman emptied his business accounts and disappeared. His partners sued him. His properties were seized. His name, the name that rang in 3 states, became a word people whispered with pity. He lost everything. And in his lowest moment, broken, humiliated, alone, he drove back to the village. He heard that Adai's small farm had grown into one of the largest agricultural businesses in the region. He heard that she employed over 40 people. He heard that she was building a school for children in the village, and he sat outside her compound in his old car, head bowed, tears falling. Adai's gateman told her there was a man outside. She already knew who it was. She stood at her window and looked at him for a long time. Then she walked outside. He could not look at her. He said only, Adais, I am sorry. She looked at him with eyes that held no hatred, no bitterness, no satisfaction at his pain, only sorrow, and she said, Emeka, I forgave you the day you asked me to leave. Not for you, for me, because I refused to carry the weight of your decision for the rest of my life. But I cannot go back, not because I do not remember who you were, but because I now know who I am, and she is too precious to be broken again. She turned and walked back inside, and quietly, without drama, closed the gate behind her. Africa teaches us this. A woman who loves you through your poverty is not ordinary. She is rare. She is sacred. She is a gift from the ancestors themselves. Never confuse loyalty for weakness. Never confuse silence for satisfaction. Never confuse a soft heart for a foolish one. The woman who stays when you have nothing is not staying because she has no choice. She is staying because she has chosen you. And the day you make her feel like that choice was her greatest mistake is the day you lose the most irreplaceable thing life ever placed in your hands. Wealth will come and go. Business will rise and fall. But a woman who loved you before the money, before the name, before the title, before the world knew who you were, that kind of love does not come twice. Emeka learned that lesson, but he learned it too late. Do not be Emeka. See the person beside you. Value them while they are still there. Love them before life reminds you that you should have. Because some doors, once closed gently, never open again. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And if you are not following this channel yet, follow right now. Every week we bring you African stories that teach what life sometimes learns too late. We will see you in the next one.